Jack, darling, get on this horse. Get out of here. Go find a place to hide.
You're coming with us, Paul.
I'll catch up. You keep riding and don't look back. And don't be worrying about me, you hear? Now get going.
You stay out of trouble, John.
Ain't no trouble, Abigail. Ain't no trouble. I love you.
I love you.
Now go! Get!
My darling Abigail, I hope you and Jack are doing well. I remain a fool, and I'm sure I shall die a fool. But I'm trying very hard to be something like the man you deserve.
I want you to not look back. Like I said.
This video has been in the works for a very, very long time. Not because of how impressive the games themselves are, and they are, but because of how they affected me on a personal level and when I personally got to experience them. So without further ado, let's start from the beginning. So, I had no true GTA experience growing up. I had True Crime, Streets of LA, which isn't Rockstar, but it was my quote-unquote GTA game. A GTA clone, as some may say. I was too young for GTA at the time. So, the true powerhouses in gaming that dominated my life at that time was Master Chief, Leon, and Sam Fisher. All characters that were heroes to me. Then this happened.
My name's John Marston.
What are you doing here, Mr. Marston?
I'm here to capture or kill Bill Williamson.
The first Western game that I played was Gun. And I remember adoring Gun and played it to bits too. So when I seen the trailer for Red Dead 1, I'm like, I'm in. I was also going through a pretty rough time with school at the time, so this was a pretty good escape for me. And on that note, fuck bullies. John Marston quickly became one of my favorite protagonists in almost any game. I was proud of him. He was a dude that you could get behind, that had turned a new leaf and was trying to be an honorable cowboy, as some may say. He was my new, bulletproof, unkillable badass. When I finally made it to Beecher's Hope, I was happy as hell for John. After all he went through, I felt as if he deserved this. He deserved his moment in the sun. Despite all his transgressions, despite his past, he deserved it. Yeah, in my heart and in my soul, he deserved happiness. But instead, he got this. And this hurt really bad. This was a mouth-quivering, face-covered in a pillow, weeping good time. But like I said though, it was during a rough time period of my life, so that probably played a part in why that was so intense for me. But either way, it was a thing. It was a moment in my life that I remember vividly. And it to this day still holds up as the most intense reaction I've had to a game ever. But I digress on Red Dead 1. Trust me, I could do this all day, but I'm going to try and keep this video somewhat short and not 30 minutes long or an hour long or 2 hours long. I'm doing it for you, trust me. And it pains me to say this now, but I didn't really care about Arthur's story at first. So you remember me saying Red Dead 1 was kind of an escape for me? Well, this had an opportunity to be the exact same thing. But it wasn't, and honestly it took me out of the game multiple times, and I couldn't get lost in the world and in the story. And that's a damn shame, because this is great television. The drama is great, the world is great, the characters are great. And you want to know how I felt at first? The only thing I remember really feeling uncomfortable with, or either liking, was when Dutch was dragging that woman down the stairs. Felt really uncomfortable with that. And how he was acting was really intense, and I do remember that. And I also really liked Sadie's character arc. But besides that, I didn't really care. And comparing that to how attached I got with John Marston, that really sucks. It didn't help that I got one of the bad endings and got shot dead like I meant nothing. And that left me with a really bad taste in my mouth, because I really truly thought that was the true ending. I'm like, well, I'm not gonna lie, it was shocking. It was just, I was unsatisfied. The only reason I got the bad ending was because I was trying to break into that fort and I didn't realize that I couldn't. And literally every person that I killed killed my honor. And by the time I was done and gave up, my honor bar was just gone. So I was pretty much done for and I didn't even realize it. I had no idea there was multiple endings. I thought there was only one ending, and that was what I got, and I was left unsatisfied. But I did finish the epilogue. I shot the rat, and I left being pretty unsatisfied. Again, not by fault of the game, just bad timing in my life. So I left, and I didn't look back. Until I started seeing videos like this.
No, this is why Red Dead Redemption 2 is perfect to me.
On more than one occasion, I've seen people talking about how much they love Red Dead 2, and as it turns out, I wasn't satisfied with being unsatisfied. So I started the big download, and I started it back up. In hindsight, I wish I had just started a new game, because I missed so much. But I didn't, and I doubt I ever will. Unless they come up with some kind of New Game Plus option, which I doubt. So I explored the land, helped the common folk, and completed some of the fine challenges offered to me. As days turned to nights, and I was running into less and less of things to do, and not much action to boot, I was starting to fear my time with Red Dead 2 was draining to a close yet again. Then I turned my attention to an assortment of challenges that I've been turning my back towards. I didn't feel right doing the bandit challenges because John Morrison's supposed to be a good guy, but I said what the hell. Plus I've seen some achievements that took me getting bounties to get. I'm like, well, I'll kill two birds with one stone, then I'll fix my honor later. Or so I thought. It was either that, or I just go fishing and pick flowers the rest of my life. No thank you, I'm good. And John Morrison, as we knew it, he, to use a wrestling term, he switched heel on us. I turned him into a bad guy, kept him with the stash, and you can't tell me he does not look like the biggest asshole you ever seen. But god damn does he look freaking cool. Gone were the days where I would flinch if I lost honor. And gone were the days I could fish in freaking peace! I lied, I cheated, I stole, and to be honest, this was the most fun I had playing Red Dead 2. People praise how dynamic the game is, which is fine, it deserves that praise, but nothing ever happened to me when I was a good guy. Now, I got intense shootouts all the time, sometimes on trains, sometimes in mines, sometimes in mountains, you name it. By far the most fun I've had. But as I feel right now, my intense amount of time playing Red Dead 2 is coming to a close. All I got to say is I haven't been this lost at a game in quite some time. And replaying some of the missions, looking back, I hate that I missed out on Arthur's story arc and didn't really get to feel it. I can really respect it now, because as you could see in the beginning, Arthur, Dutch's right-hand man, he stood tall and he led the crew when he needed to. And by the end of it, Arthur's small and he doesn't carry the same weight that he did. But anytime Dutch is on the screen, he demands your attention. and in control, it seems like. Until he's not. Dutch is a great character. He's kind of like a car wreck. You can't help but look and just be enamored by it. I couldn't tell you how many nights I stayed up until 6 a.m. playing this game and not even really being tired. And that rarely ever happens to me now. But Red Dead pulled it out of me. Yet again. Because I'm fairly certain that Red Dead 1 did the exact same thing to me. For better or worse, Red Dead Redemption has a special place in my heart and always will. For some people, Red Dead 2 was perfect to them, but in all reality, for me, it was quite imperfect. It went from a quite bitter taste, dissatisfied, to finding my own path and enjoyment out of it. And I can honestly say I'm satisfied with my experience. I'm satisfied with imperfect. I'm satisfied with the fact that I won't ever get 100% on this game. And not saying I ever would have if I had done better during the story mode, because there's a lot to do. I'm satisfied with Dickhead Marston. I'm satisfied with looking back in awe at Arthur's character arc, and how it kind of clashes with Dutch's. And, well, I guess you could say my experience with Red Dead 2 was redeemed.
I know I ruined your life. I suffer for it every day. But don't let yourself get killed. For pride, I seen it kill too many folk.
Every day, every moment. They turned me into a monster, Arthur. But my memories of him, they still pure.
Just you left, is it?
Yeah, just me.